What's good, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day 2025. Happy Valentine's Day, whether you are, dating, in a relationship, married, whether you single and, loving on yourself. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy day of love. How do I feel today? Today makes me think about the importance of connection and partnership. I'm talking about like on a deep level where, this year just not being about success in one area, but success in all areas. Who are you connected to this year? Who's going to be in your corner? Whose corner are you going to be in? How are y'all going to grow? How are y'all going to build together? And just making sure we're being wise on who we're connecting our energy with, our spirit with, who we spending time with, and all the things that make a relationship and a healthy one at that, right? We want healthy connections. We want things that help us grow. No, in any relationship where there'll always be good times, but there'll always be healthy conflict. Healthy conflict helps us identify the problem together and recognize that the problem is the enemy. We're not each other's enemy. The problem is the enemy. So how do we listen to each other intently to understand before just responding? It's not about being right in the disagreement or the argument or the situation. It's simply about understanding so that we can agree to disagree or just come to some type of solution, some type of healthy resolve, and that way we can move forward. I want to give a shout out to Han London, the fiance of Dante London. Like I made a video a few weeks ago about how he's doing so successful with this platform and in this YouTube space, and how it's inspiring. I don't know how you see anybody winning and don't get it inspired, whether you agree with the person's methods or how they moving or whatever. Seeing people win excites me, because if they can do it, I can do it. I just got to figure out, my strategy, my way. You take bits and pieces of all of that, and then you know what I'm saying? You come up with your unique way, what feels good to you, what feels natural to you, and you stay consistent in that. But I'm giving a shout out to her and them both, actually, because it ties into the whole thing with relationships and making sure that you're connected to a person that aligns with the vision that you have for your life. I feel like and they talked a little bit about this too, so it's not, they ain't putting their business out. They put it out there themselves, and he just kind of talked about how he had a hard time in terms of getting monetized and keeping money and keeping a job and different things like that, taking care of their son with his ex, his child's mother. And I don't know all the way what happened, but what I will say is sometimes people are just like not on the same page, and when that happens, you have to decide whether it's one person or both, that hey, this isn't working and I need to do what's best for myself. Whether the decision is correct or not, that's for that person or those people to kind of unravel and figure out later on down the line. But in that moment, you feel like you're doing what's best. Well, now he's with somebody that is not only supportive of the vision, but in alignment with the vision that he has for himself. So much so that she's started her own channel and it just got monetized. And I feel like that is part of having favor in being connected to the right person. Like the person that you supposed to be with, I feel like there's a special favor, there's a special grace, there's a special anointing on that type of union. And I'm not, putting their relationship on a pedestal by no means, right? I'm sure they got their own, ups and downs and ins and outs and things that they deal with too. This is not what I'm saying. The point is that it's important to connect to someone who sees the vision, maybe not 100% in the way that you do, but they believe in it the same way you do. They feel it in their soul, and they're uplifting, they're speaking life into your vision. And I just feel like it's really a beautiful thing. Today is Valentine's Day, and it's just, holidays like this makes a person reflect on life. I know that there's a certain kind of history behind Valentine's Day. We're not gonna get into that, but I'm celebrating the positive side of it, because at the end of the day gotta end. Today is the day of love, and so I want to hone in and I want to focus on that and that only, and what it means to love someone through it all. Whether you agree with them or not, whether you like them that day or not, it's just like it's a choice. Love is a choice. And so I'm celebrating today everyone who is choosing every single day to love someone else outside of themselves. That's not an easy thing to do. And I don't take that lightly by no means, ever, because it's hard to love someone else when you sometimes struggle with loving yourself, when you sometimes struggle with pouring into your own life, pouring into your own situation, speaking life into you. It's hard to do that when it's hard to do it for yourself. So when people are intentionally choosing to love somebody else, I always feel like that is a reflection of God's love, his light, and his purpose for each and every one of us. And that's to love God with all your mind, your heart, and your soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself, to love your neighbor as yourself. So it's not putting the other person before you, it's loving the other person as if they were you, in a sense. That might sound crazy, but it's like, don't treat someone else how you wouldn't want to be treated, and so that's what I view today is. It's just a reminder to continue to have compassion, continue to uplift and put empathy on a kind of pedestal, because you never know what somebody dealing with, you never know what they're going through. And some people don't have love in their life. Some people struggle with just seeing themselves in the right light. So you talking about love, today is probably one of the worst days for somebody else, while I'm celebrating love and encouraging people to continue to love. It's somebody that they woke up today dreading today because of the color. They damn near hate the color red. They damn near hate the color pink. Anything that look like love, they are closed off to it. And so whoever that is, I'm sending good energy. I'm sending healing energy your way. Life won't always feel like this, because you weren't wired to not love. Like, you weren't wired to just be shut off to that. So whoever that is, like, I'm praying for you, and know that God loves you, even if you don't love him back, even if you have a hard time loving yourself, or you've just been so hurt in life and by people that you just feel like F it, like love, nah, I don't want to love. I don't want to feel, because when I feel, anything, when I'm vulnerable, it makes me feel weak. And when I feel weak, I don't feel like I'm able to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get it. Heartbreak never feels good. But it's pain is inevitable, and we just have to find ways to love again, trust again, and believe that there are still good people out in the world. We just gotta continue to pour in ourselves and build ourselves up, so we're attracting that in our life. Or I'm gonna say or we're building ourselves up enough to where when it does come in the right way, we don't mess it up. Because sometimes we've been through so many things and so much in life that it's hard to even embrace or think about the fact that we deserve love. It's hard to think about the fact that this could be something great, and no, I don't have to jinx it or brace myself the entire time, because it just feels like every time we get excited about something, something bad happens. You know, I just hope and pray that God frees you from that ideology, that thought process, just that feeling of, I almost don't even want to celebrate anything good happening in my life or anybody great that loves me. And I don't even want to all the way embrace it and accept it, because that person can leave just like everybody else. That person has the ability to hurt me just like the other people did. But all people are not bad people. And I strongly believe that there are still some good people in this world. I believe I'm a good person. Do I make mistakes and hurt people? Yeah. You know, and I feel like all of us will inevitably do that. Not because you're trying to, but even in trying to make sure you loving yourself and loving yourself, having to tell people no, because it's a self-care thing and it's called boundaries. And we all need boundaries, that even in that you will hurt other people, but it's not you doing it on purpose. So we just have to have systems in place to where when things happen and something or someone breaks our heart, that we don't fall into the trap of never loving again or never feeling again. Because here's the reality that I learned a long time ago, that just kind of transformed my whole idea of love. And it's just understanding that when you love somebody, you giving them the power to destroy you, but trusting them not to. And that's a hard thing to do when you think about it. It's like, man, like, I'm completely letting my guard down. I'm putting all the negative energy to the side for the sake of trusting that you won't break me, that you won't take advantage of me, that you won't, love me from a toxic space and cause more damage or more trauma than I already have, you know, as I'm continuing to walk through life and try to find that wholeness and find that healing. And that to me is true freedom, because then you can embrace all the good things that life has to offer, not just from people, but from things, from situations. I feel like God is love, and he put us here to be love, like as in, like, be love as an entity, as a thing, to be loved by people, and to be loved as this is my identity. I'm beloved by God. You know what I'm saying? So that to me is like the ultimate mission in life. And I feel like everything comes from the overflow, or comes out of the overflow of that. But yeah, man, I'm so happy that how do I want to put it? I'm not numb to love. There's people that are numb, that don't want to feel it. That's a dark and that's a dangerous place to be in, whether you're in a relationship or you have family members or friends, people in your life that love you or not. You know, kids, to just be in a space where you don't want to feel love, man, that's tough. So I'm praying for anybody that's feeling that way today, or just in general, but really having a hard time today. Because today I feel like it's a beautiful day. It's a reminder to do just that, and that's love each other. So yeah, man. Again, happy Valentine's Day. We being intentional this year with everything. We've been intentional with building. We've been intentional with flourishing. We've been intentional with investing in ourselves. We've been intentional with this platform and posting videos. We documenting over creating. We coming on here being ourselves, so we can look back at 6 months, 9 months, a year later and be like, man, I can physically see the growth. I can physically see how I've changed for the better. And that's what this is all about. We being intentional with our relationships and the people that we connect to this year. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it today. As always, I hope you're having the most amazing day. I love you with the love of God. Remember, New Views, New Heights is up here, y'all. Until next time, peace.